Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Selflish podcast. I am your host, Luke Wynn, and here's my beautiful co-host,
Dayana Wynn.
In this podcast, we're all about self-love and self-care, all while extending those same virtues towards others. I messed up on that, but I don't even care because I'm excited, and I know you guys are trying to figure out what we're standing across from each other like this for.
Yes.
And the answer is because we're going to be playing a game today.
Yes, we are.
Tell them about the game, baby.
Okay, so the game is called The And. I had never heard of it. My husband was the one who put me onto it. I don't think he's ever played it before.
Never.
It's called The And, not E-N-D, but A-N-D, and it's the couples edition.
Yep.
It says back here that it's an Emmy award-winning experience that explores relationships by creating the space for honest communication and deep listening. And you guys know that we're all about all that stuff.
Yes,
Self-care,
exactly.
listening, just taking care of each other.
Yeah.
And we know that it's super important to take care of yourself. And if you're married, you know that it's really important to take care of yourself and each other.
Exactly.
If you want to be happy and live a good, healthy, have a really good relationship, then
You have to be selfless.
yes.
And in being selfless, we're going to play this game. We're going to ask each other some hopefully deep questions.
Mm-hmm.
And
let me see the instructions.
okay.
Do you want to read those?
Before we get started, just so you guys know, the website, it's officially launched. We have a few orders, and hopefully things will be sent out or things will be received this week, barring anything crazy. But www.weareselflish.com. And yeah, let's just get straight to it, okay?
Remember that? www.weareselflish.com. He was supposed to say it.
I did say
It was
that.
kind of like a drum roll, and I was supposed to say, and remember.
Huh? How was I supposed to know that? I said it.
Mind.
Okay,
We're
anyway.
not in sync today.
Oh, so this game is going to be fun. Okay, read the
Okay,
instructions.
anyways. So the way that you play, it says you have to sit facing one another with a foot of distance between you. So we're good.
Yep.
To choose 12 random cards from the deck. Let's do that right now.
Let's choose our cards. All 12 of them.
Baby, just choose them.
I cannot wait to see which one these are.
I'm really excited and a little bit
Don't
nervous
look at them either.
that you're going to say something crazy here. Because when my husband gets excited, he says a lot of stuff, like honest stuff. Crazy, funny stuff. 1, 2,
We'll see what
3,
happens.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
I got my
11,
cards.
12. And
That's
this
all.
is like, looks like so much fun, you guys, because it's,
You sound like you're so excited.
I am really excited.
Okay, so what's the next step?
Okay, so number 3, take 30 seconds to relax and look at one another. Oh, gosh, that makes me nervous.
Okay. What?
I'm just laughing.
You have to
I'm a
relax.
little bit
We're
nervous.
already relaxed. We had the candle lit, but it wasn't working out. Also, it's not supposed to be in the shot.
Hey, I like that candle. Okay, number 4.
We did that so wrong.
Person 1 begins by asking person 2 answers their question, and so on and so forth
Okay, so we're ready to get
for all
started.
the questions. Every question must be asked, but you do not have to answer the question.
We're answering all questions, by the way.
No.
Yes, we're
If I
answering
wanna
every question.
No, if I want to say pass to something I can say pass. That's part of the
Okay,
game.
well, then we're still going to do 12 cards, though.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Then we can just.
Okay,
Okay.
you're person 1. I'm person 1, so I'm going to ask first.
Okay, I'll be.
Da, 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 da. Okay, question number 1. What is one thing that you never want me to forget?
One thing that I never want you to forget. Oh gosh, I wish I had a couple. Just
Go ahead, say whatever you want.
Okay, but it says one thing, so I have to put it. Okay, so one thing that I would never want you to forget. I would never want you to forget our anniversary date.
Oh, I'm the one who remembers it.
I'm just saying I would never want you to forget.
Okay. Your turn.
Do I ask you the same question?
No, I can. No. Do you want to do it that way? We can if you
Yeah.
want. One
is
thing I
one
would never
thing?
want you to forget. One thing I would never want you to forget. Your keys.
My key.
I want you to stop forgetting where your keys are and stuff like that.
That's probably not gonna happen.
Oh well, it's not a genie. It's
try.
just a random question.
Okay, so my turn. How have your feelings for me changed?
From what part? Since we've been married, since we met each other.
That's what it says. Not sure.
Okay, so I'll say my feelings for you have changed in a better way. I find that we're constantly like just. I'm constantly falling deeper in love with you, and I think a lot of times, I find myself. It's weird. Like I find myself becoming so used to having such an amazing person in my life, to where it's like I have these moments where it's like I feel like I just pause and I'm looking at you. I'm like, yo, I can't believe that's my wife. You know, like I'm really just like. And this sounds corny. It's the first answer, baby. Chill. This sounds corny, but no, for real. Like I really. Like sometimes when you hear me, when I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how gorgeous you are. It's almost like I literally became so used to the fact that you're beautiful to where I like stop, like I have to stop and like constantly like admire you, you know? What was the question again? I'm like ranting, you know how we are.
Well, I like your answer.
What was it?
How have your feelings?
Yes,
For
so
me.
so they've evolved because everything we've gone through, and I think every phase that we've gone through in our life, in our relationship, it's constantly changed. You know, when I first met you, I was a chaplain and you were just, you know, the sweet girl who was trying to volunteer. Then as I got to meet you, we were friends, and then I saw you, and my feeling became like, you know, we became in love. Then when we got engaged, then it just keeps growing stronger. I'm grateful that it hasn't. Even when we went through certain like really hardships in our relationship, they weren't so damaging to where like we just plateaued, you know. Like I don't feel like I settle, and I feel like constantly every single day I am getting closer to you, and my feelings are changing in a good way.
Yay.
Same question for you.
Okay, so my answer is they've just grown. Like you said, they've just gotten deeper.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've only been married for a year. And we've known each other for 3 years altogether. But I don't know, these 3 years have gone so fast.
Right.
And it seems like my love for you just, I guess, has changed, and not that much because it just feels so fresh still.
Yeah.
But it's changed because I know it's just gotten deeper. Kind of like you said,
Yeah.
I just keep falling in love with who you are, because I think because you're constantly changing, I get to find out more about you even to this day. And I love all the little things that I find out about you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, deeper and really fresh at the same time.
And one more thing that I'll say is, even though we go through these phases where we're just like, it feels like honeymoon phase, and then it feels like we're just arguing over everything for like 3 days straight.
I know.
Like in spite of all that stuff, it's just like it's still constant. My love and our relationship, it still grows, you know, and my feelings still get stronger with you. And I'm never to the point where I'm glad we haven't gotten to the point where it's just been a month of just arguing and just like, oh, it's over, you know, but it still feels like
super sad.
It still feels like we're in our honeymoon phase, you know, even though we've been through so much, even though everything hasn't been perfect completely, like it hasn't been like, oh, the whole year has just been perfect. But in spite of the ups and downs, it still has been an amazing year.
Right. And I hope that doesn't change, because usually they say like the beginning of the marriage is like the toughest.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's
not that bad.
It's
been
not that
way
bad.
Easier than this has been a pretty nice marriage, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. Like you said, I feel like we're still on our honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
But,
And just incorporating this into Selflish, I think having an understanding of who you are and having a love for who you are internally, it has for both of us, you know, you loving who you are and me loving who I am despite all our mistakes or whatever, it actually helps us benefit each other in the marriage, because when things happen, sometimes we want to point the fingers, but a lot of times we're open enough to, you know, see what our fault in things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Next question. Okay. How am I not the person you dreamt of being with when you were younger?
I'm just kidding. How are you what?
How am I not the person you dreamt of being with when you were younger?
How
in what ways am I like not the man of your dreams when you were younger?
You are the man of my dreams.
No. That's really.
I mean, but how? Like, if I could, I mean, there has to be something, right?
Yeah, when you were younger. When you were younger, like let's go to age 8 or whenever you first thought about being married. What was that person? I know he wasn't like a 6'4" black Christian rapper, right?
I don't know. That's kind of a hard one. Because I don't want to be cheesy, but you're literally everything I ever wanted.
Yeah, me. Go
Is that lame?
No, it's not lame. You can do your question. Oh, if I answer that question, the woman of my dreams when I was younger, I don't know. It was weird because there was never a face. I definitely liked Hispanic girls when I was younger. But I don't think, if I'm being honest, I don't think when I was younger, I think when you're dreaming, the characters in your dream, they lack depth, right? So they're very this shallow shell of a person. So I think you're the one reason why you're not the girl of my dreams in the past is just because you have so much depth to you, you know, and you've gone through so much, and in spite of everything, like when I was younger, seeing like some of the things that we've gone through, you automatically want, you know, that perfect image or what people see as perfect, you know. But your story is what really makes you so beautiful, you know? So I think that's the one thing that is different than the woman of my dreams when I was younger is the fact that you actually have a story. And in that story, your character is like amazing, you know? You're not just a face and an ideal. You're like really like everything that comes with you, I was in love with. You know, the fact that you had a son, the fact that you grew up, the fact that you were mainly wearing skirts, like everything in your entire story is different from anything that I could have ever dreamt of.
I'm sorry, my answer was so lame, but honestly, I can't think of anything. Like,
I mean, it's a kind of a hard question.
It is kind of hard because I think as a girl, honestly, well, at least me, when I was younger and I would think about it, I would think about things like, I don't think I ever really thought about the way that they would look or whatever, but I would think about the way he would treat me or the way, like, this is gonna sound hilarious, but I always wanted a guy to like make a song for me, like to write a song. That was like such a big one, and to sing to me. That was probably one of like the biggest things that I wanted, and for them to be like really romantic, and you are like that.
That's funny.
That's so
interesting how different like boys and girls are. Because I think for guys, it's literally just like, oh, I just want the baddest thing. Like, and you forget that they even have to have personality. Yeah. You know, and it's like it was more so about how you would be treated in those dreams or that imagination. Yeah,
it was how we're going to be treated, and like the little things, like just kind of like making you feel like super special, and you have literally done that. Like, I think every girl thinks about like having a significant other who makes them feel like they're literally like the only one. And even when there's like a bunch of girls, like, he would make me feel like he literally only had eyes for me, which was crazy because not all men are capable of showing you that. Sad. It's really sad, but you just covered it all. I don't know.
Well, and to God be the glory, because we'll see. Yeah. Like, I'm just a man, so your turn.
Okay. How would you define our relationship?
I would define our relationship as real. I think that's like the one thing that I can say about our relationship, because like we've been through so much, and like we know so much about each other. And even though like on screen it might be like, oh, these people are cute, and it's like you can look at a Facebook picture and you can tell like, oh, they're smiling, but he probably beats her at home, you know. Like us is like literally like what you see is what you get. And I think even with Charnay was in the car. And we got into an argument about something stupid, and we were really upset about each other. We were like really upset for like 3 minutes, me and you. We were upset at each other. And then like after 3 minutes, we're like, fine. And Charnay was like, you guys are so bipolar. What the heck? And I told her, and I say this all the time, it's not that we're bipolar, it's that we're real about our emotions. Mm-hmm. If I'm mad at you in a moment, that doesn't mean I'm going to spend an entire week mad at you about something so small. We're upset at each other for the moment, and then it's just like, okay, baby, like, what do you want to eat? You know, like it's
Yeah.
over, because what holding on to that anger and that frustration, it doesn't gain you anything of value in the long run of your relationship. And we decided a long time ago that by being real about loving each other and how our feelings are, despite of whether we're frustrated or whether we're upset, it's not worth holding a grudge against each other because we love each other so much. Just like when, you know, we would get in fights and I would drive away from your house and then come right back around and like go back into the house, because I'm just like, me trying to prove to you that I'm upset at you isn't worth not being able to be with you, you know? So I would say that our relationship is real. How would you define it? No, you have to say it.
It's hard. You take all the good stuff. I'm not kidding you. I'm gonna go ahead and steal that. Like, it's so real, and it's full of, I think, honesty. I want to think, and a lot of love. I think, yeah, that's how I define it. A lot of love, honesty, and very, very real. Like you said, I love that we are super honest with each other. And the craziest part is that I'm not just saying that, like, from here, just saying it, but I'm saying it from here because I know that being honest and being super real with you is what makes our relationship work. Yeah. Honestly. And I love that. So, is it my turn or your turn?
My turn.
Okay.
What makes you still love me? These questions are softballs.
They're not that easy. They're not
What makes you still love me?
What makes me still love you?
After all these long years.
Long years. All the things that you do, all the little things that you do. Something that, a lot of things, but something that really, really stands out and I love is, like I think I told you the other day, and I said, thank you for always trying to make, like, the best out of everything. Like, I love the fact that you are always like, do you want ice cream? Yeah, sure. Like, you never say no to me when it comes to something that I crave. And I love that, because I've noticed that even there's been times that we can't really afford to splurge. But if I was to ask you, like, you were like, go ahead, you know? And
and you never do. And you literally never do.
Yeah, because I don't want to, like, you know, put, like, stress, because we're going to end up stressing. If I
stress myself out because I'm the one who's always like, hey, I just bought some Wingstop.
Anyway, and I see that you do that for Ellie as well. Yeah. And I can just tell you always have a smile. Sure, let's do that. Let's go to the park, guys. Let's go this. Let's get this game, kind of like what you're doing now. Yeah. And just little things to keep things fun, which makes me so. I love that. Yeah. I love that you love to have fun, and you're just so thoughtful. That's one of the things. Okay. What about you?
What still makes me love you is just a lot. I don't know. You're just such a beautiful person. Like, that sounds so, like, it sounds so cheesy, but it's just like every time I, like, see you have, like, this smile that you do whenever you're, like, really, like, it's like you're, like, blissfully and naively just in love that you smile. And it's just like, seeing that, I just love it so much. It's the cutest thing. Remind me of when we were dating at one point. I think I was mad at you. I wasn't mad. I was like, so you were completely naive because, like, I was, like, head over heels for you and you were just trying to friend zone me. But we were really friends, right? I remember one time I FaceTimed you and you were in the car driving. And the smile you had was the most innocent and loving smile I've ever seen in my life. And it's like, even though I didn't express to you that I was upset or anything like that, all that crap went away because I was like, you know, like, she may not be, I might be telling her I love her and she's not saying that to me. But I can tell by that smile that there's something there, you know? And I think it's just your personality and just the way you are. Like, there's certain, the things that upset me about you are like, the main thing is just like, they have nothing to do with who you are as a person, you know? Like, the main thing that making me upset about you was just you wanted to give up and just move on so quick, you know? That's it. Like, with pictures or whatever. That's, like, the only thing that really just, like, I'm trying to, like, get you out of that. Like, don't, and then the insecurities that you have, or, you know, calling yourself names or whatever at sometimes. Those are the only things that upset me about you. There's not these like huge flaws and things that you do that cause me to just be like, oh gosh, you know. So I think it's easy to like stay in love with you because you're such a great person.
Thanks.
No problem. I think it's your turn.
How do you feel we've grown apart?
I don't think we've grown apart.
I don't think so either.
Okay, my turn.
Skip.
Okay, so you can get another one then. No, get one from here. No, I want to keep all the ones that we ask because I want to like mark them. Okay. Do you think that we're a good match? Why or not? Why or why not? Do you think that we're a good match?
Yes.
Why?
I think we're a match made in heaven. Why do I think we're a good match? Because we are just so awesome together. Honestly, I just feel like we're so different, but we're so alike at the same time. It's literally the craziest thing. And we just complement each other so well. I really, really think so.
Yeah.
And you're honestly the first person who's ever made me like, I have like this point of view, like, and I'm just like, this is how it is. It's like this, it's like this. But then you're the first person who's actually, even though I don't say it, you have made me be like, I should just not get stuck on my ways and just give it a chance.
Yeah.
And just try to like see it the way he sees it.
Yeah.
And you're the first person. And then when I see it and I'm like, oh, wow, okay, it looks good from this view too, you know?
Yeah.
And I love that.
Stop.
And
yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah. No, you were going to say something else? I feel the exact same way. It's crazy how like we are so different and yet we are still so much alike. Like there's no way I could have found anybody else. Like, you know, like you just, the way you understand me is just like, I don't think any woman, like the things that you find interesting and funny is like exactly who I am and vice versa, you know? It's like you're like, you're funny. You're so like, you have such an interesting personality. You're like really quirky. You know, like some of the things you say, like talking smack. It's just like, I'm really interested, intrigued by a lot of what you do. And then even when we come to like these issues or when we both come to crossroads in our life, we have completely different perspectives on it. You know, like you may see something that's blue and I might see something that's red. But rather than us like being like so stuck on that, we create purple, you know? So that's the dope part about it.
I
like,
love that.
Yeah, I feel like we're a really good match, honestly.
Amen.
I think it's your turn. Yeah, because you answered that one.
Okay. Why do you think we should stay together? Oh, gosh.
Faith. No, I think there's a bunch of reasons. Faith being like one of the biggest reasons. I think recently, and obviously whenever we got married, I was not planning on like not being with you at all. But lately, I really like am in love with you, Faith, and Ellie. And it's like, even though I'm not perfect, obviously I'm not perfect. And sometimes you make it like I am perfect. I know that it's really by God's grace that we're together. And it's just like, it's really God is like spared so much from me, you know, like anything could happen to me. I can make any type of mistake. I can do anything, but I know that God is the one that's really holding us together, you know. But faith is like one reason why I'm just like I have more pressure on me not to completely just turn into some monster towards you because I would hate to break up our family, you know. It sounds weird, but what do you think?
I think that we should stay together because we love each other. And because I think because it is so hard. I think about this all the time. I met you when I was 27. And I'm just like, wow, that is so close to 30. So I'm just like, 30 is young, but it's not that young. So then I'm like, can you imagine how long it would take me to find another one of you?
Oh my gosh, baby.
That's how I think about it.
No, but if you ever left me, like,
okay,
that means because you no longer want me. So you're gonna try to find anybody besides me.
So like, other than the fact that we love each other, it's like I honestly don't think that I would ever find someone like that, like you, again. Like that we just get along so well, and we're not just. I'm not just saying that just because you know we do.
Yeah.
And I think it's super special what we have, and I feel so lucky that we get to have that, because not everybody does.
Exactly. I'm grateful.
Yep.
Your turn. Do you really think we'll last? Why or why not?
Oh gosh.
Want to pass that one? I mean, it's like the same as the last one.
Just say yes or no, or just say something.
No, go ahead. It's your question.
Oh, that is my question. Do I really think we'll last?
Yeah.
What was the other part? Because it was like a 2-part question.
Yes or why or why not?
Oh, yes, I do. Because we love each other.
Yeah, because all the reasons, right?
And because we're a match made in heaven, like I said. And because we're perfect for each other.
Yeah, and we don't give up on each other.
Yep.
Even when we want to. Even when you're like trying your best to mess things up in our relationship.
I don't do that anymore.
No, I'm saying despite everything.
Oh.
Like when we did. Like you were like almost intentionally trying to sabotage the relationship.
Yeah,
but it's like we couldn't stay away from each other.
No.
Because God wanted us to be together. That's how you came from Mexico and I'm from Sacramento, and we somehow just connected like magnets.
Right. It's crazy.
Your turn.
What do I do that makes you think that we shouldn't be together? Okay, this is a lame.
Let me answer it. I'm just joking.
Like,
Nothing.
I'm like, what do you got?
Wait, have I ever thought about it? Maybe we shouldn't be together. No, not right now. So go ahead and you got a different one.
Now?
No, I mean like early on when we were like trying to figure out who we were, fresh off divorce.
Okay, we're not there yet.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like so, at this point,
I mean, we're not there
yet.
I don't know why.
Dayana.
Okay, what do you think is holding me back from my success?
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm so glad I got this question.
I'm not.
Okay, I think what's holding you back from your success is the fact that you overthink way too much. And I'm saying this now because
that's hilarious.
This is something that we say before almost every podcast. Like you just overthink it so much to the point where you think yourself out of things, you know?
I know.
Like you're so beautiful, you're so
All the
talented, and you're so smart. You're so hardworking, and it's like you're really a gold digger. You're really a go-getter. She's not a gold digger. I have no goal for her to go dig.
Babe, what the heck?
You're really a go-getter.
How do you come back from that?
No, I'm saying, I mean, you're not. I think everybody knows that I'm the broke one in this relationship. And it's like anything that you put your mind to, you really can accomplish, you know? So a lot of times you overthink, you think and analyze things so much to the point where it's just like you're stale and you don't move forward. And it's like, that really makes me a little sad, because I feel like I love you so much. I'm like, had you not had that mentality, you would be somewhere, you wouldn't be with me. You would definitely be like somewhere in like in a power position, really like accomplishing like what you really dreamed of when you were a little girl, you know? And honestly, I know that there's still some stuff that you can accomplish even now. So that's one thing I'm hoping that, you know, we can fix. So I'm actively trying to figure out how to convey that message to you, just because we think so differently, you know? And like certain ways that are presented to you make more sense than other ways, you know? So that's the main thing.
For you?
What was the question again?
What do you think is...
Oh, wait, you have to ask it.
Oh, yeah. What do you think is holding...
Okay, what do you think is holding me back from success?
From your success? That is a really good question. Well, it just depends on what success means.
That's a good point.
But... honestly, opportunity, I guess. I think time will, the moment hasn't. I mean, it just depends, I guess. I don't want to say that because I feel like you're successful in so many things.
No, but what you're saying makes sense though.
But when it comes to what you want, which is the music and all these different things that you want to do, I think it's just the opportunity. Because I've told you this, you're extremely talented. You're the most talented person I've ever met, and I'm not just saying it, guys. He really is. his whole family's extremely talented, but I think he's super, super talented. I think you're super talented. And you're really good. And you are so dedicated. I admire that so much because you do not give up. And I love that. So just opportunity.
Okay. Thanks, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn, actually. It's your turn.
Okay. What do you think I'm learning from you?
I think what you're learning from me is, I think we're learning so much from each other.
Really?
Yes. Like, I'm learning a lot from you, and you're learning a lot from me. So let me see.
I learn a lot more from you.
No. Let me see the things that you are learning from me. You're learning how to do vocal warm-ups. You're learning how to, mop, cook, clean. I'm just kidding. No. I think one thing that you've learned from me, the biggest thing that you're learning from me, is to like go with the flow in a positive way, and pretty much like not be so not die if something doesn't go according to plan.
Yeah.
I think that's like the biggest
sure.
thing, because I'm like, that's how everything has to be a certain way with you, and for me it's just like I'd like it to be a certain way, but if it doesn't go my way, I can kind of like maneuver my way around it. I think that's like one of the big things. But there's just a lot of other things. There's just a lot, and I'm like trying to. I know we had a conversation where you said specifically what you learned from me, but it's almost like it's not that I'm carefree, but it's that I kind of like let the chips fall as they may or whatever, and I work with what I get, kind of thing. I don't know. What do you think I learned from you?
Honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't know what you exactly. I don't feel like I teach you anything, or I don't know. Maybe.
Do you want to answer these questions for us? So I answer the question of things that I learned from you, and you answer what you learned from me.
Sure.
Okay. I think the one biggest thing that I took away from you is just how like, you think I'm dedicated, but how dedicated you are, and like how motivated you are. At one point, you were going to school in Sacramento. You had your cleaning business, and you were going to cosmetology school, and you had a whole son, and you were the praise and worship leader at your church, and you were trying to volunteer at the jail. And like just seeing you so focused, and it's just like, it seemed like overnight you're like, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. And then you committed to that, and you were literally driving to Sacramento. You were driving to Sacramento once a week to do that. And I was just like, in my mind, just that thing was just like, wow, like she's actually like doing this because she really wants to go to this Bible college and learn and get closer to God and get closer in her understanding. And I thought I took a lot away from that, because I'm just like, I felt like you were just completely fearless, and that kind of like, that's something that I'm still trying to learn from you. It's just how to be so fearless to the point where it's just like going with my gut despite of how it might feel, even if I might be wrong, even if I am wrong, but going with my gut feeling or whatever, and just being fearless and not allowing any excuses to like just cause me to just crumble. Like that's the biggest thing that I've taken away from you. Cause I just thought that, yeah, because for me it's just like, just something as driving out of the city once a week is like so far away. And also I was thinking about going to UC Berkeley before I met you, like a month before I met you, and I would have been commuting, and it would have been like a one-day thing, but in my head that was still so like there's no way I'm going to get to the school. There's, like it seemed so far away. So seeing you just do that, like I saw how fearless you were. That's something that I'm still trying to learn from you.
Oh, wow. I did not think I taught you anything. Something that I've learned from you. Many things, but one of the things that I just really, really, really appreciate and I think about all the time is your humility. You are so humble. You are really, just super, super humble. I've never met anyone else that can really humble themselves as much, like the way you do, and you do it so naturally, so naturally.
Yeah.
You just do it. You don't even. I've never met anybody who does not mind putting their pride aside, like this. Like, you don't even think about it twice. And when I first met you, I was just like, I was expecting you to always to fight back and stuff like that and try to prove your point, because that's all I've known, you know.
Yeah.
And when I saw that you wouldn't fight back, I was like, why is this guy not fighting back? Like, why is he arguing? Like, it makes you feel some kind of way when you're used to someone always like fighting back.
Yeah.
So it was just so interesting to see you just being like humbling yourself all the time and always being like, I'm sorry. Always being like super calm, not yelling, making sure. I don't know. You're like the chillest person I've ever met when it comes to like any argument. And you are so quick to apologize. And I love that. And I was like, it made me, I still work on it, but it really, really, I see that the way you are, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to be like that. And I strive to be like that. I'm not there yet, maybe. I don't know if I will ever be like 100% like humble, I guess. I don't know if there is a 100%, but I really do admire that so much, and I love that.
Okay, let's take a pause real quick. Okay, and we're back.
Oh, baby, why do you
Because you're so cute. That's the smile I was talking about.
Okay. Is it my turn or yours?
Hold on one second. It is your turn, Missy.
Alrighty. How have we grown lazy in our relationship?
I think
Ooh, that's a good.
I think the biggest thing is this, okay? When we first got together, you were living at your parents' house. I was living with my brother's house. So we went on a million dates. We probably spent like a couple 100,000 in dates. No, I think that's the biggest. I think the one thing where I know that I've gotten lazy is like going on dates isn't the same. Now it's just like we're pretty much like a couple friends just going to go get food, you know? Like, it doesn't feel like it's like this romantic date where it's like intense, like completely set up. It's like,
I'm sorry, I have a long place.
okay. Anyways, so I think the one thing we've gotten lazy for sure is just the dates, and that's something I keep like. We keep going out to eat, but we need to call it a date. Like,
honestly, but it's okay because now we have a baby.
No, but I can still say, hey, I'm gonna go on a date with you and Faith tonight, and at least make it official, rather than just, hey, you hungry?
If you think about it, yes, but no. Like, I guess.
I just think there's just something different about like romantically planning something. You know, like, hey, baby, this Friday we're gonna do this.
Right.
We just on Friday we're like, hey, baby, you want to go get some Red Lobster? Let's go. You know, so I think maybe it's just the thoughtfulness and like that intimacy of, you know, making those things intentionally making those things special. Right now, everything is just casual because, like, for whatever reason, it's all casual.
But I love it. I honestly, as much as I loved our dating and everything, but just where we're at right now, I love what we do. Just like hanging out with your aunt, Pat, like going over to our auntie's house, and eating.
Yeah,
I like it.
Okay, so how do you think we've grown lazy?
Probably that's honestly the only thing we could say too. Like, but it's not. But I just don't want to say that we've grown lazy. But I guess
I think that's something like it's not lazy, but it's like when you get into the longer you go into a relationship, certain things you just don't put as much effort. And I think that's the one thing where we don't put effort into, which is literally just calling it a day. Like,
you don't rub my feet as much. He used to rub my feet all the time. He used to beg me to rub my feet, and guess what? Now I have to beg him to rub my feet.
No, you don't.
So you've gotten lazy with that department.
Okay, well, I'll make that up to you. My turn. Okay. When you close your eyes and think of me, what do you see?
Your smile. You have a beautiful smile.
Okay. When I close my eyes and think of you, I think of your smile too. Just that innocent, like, just happy smile.
Awesome. What do you think would help improve our relationship?
I'm trying to figure that out because, like we said, because of our differences, like it makes us perfect, but also because of the differences, sometimes we get into these like petty little arguments. And I think figuring out a better way of communicating certain things, just figuring it out just to make it like, I guess because we let stuff go, but it's like we'll literally be like really upset at each other for like a minute.
Right.
Even though that's like really small, but yeah, because even today, right, when we were going shopping and stuff, like, because in my head I was like, okay, since we have these two different opinions, how about you choose an outfit and I choose an outfit, and then we just take two outfits.
But in my head, I was like, "That's."
You're like,
wait.
yeah, so it's like it's still wrong.
I'm just like that overcomplicates everything because now we have two outfits to think about when we can't even come like in agreement with one.
Yes, I think figure just because of how like I'm a bigger thinker and you're like you think more focused and small. We just need to come up with a way to bridge that gap better. Even though right now we're doing, I think it's really good.
I mean, yeah.
But I'm just saying these little arguments are just like they're just annoying and just unnecessary. So I think that's the one thing that I think we can like. If God could like fix that immediately, I think if He did that, then we would almost be too perfect.
Right.
Okay, what do you think?
I think something that can make our relationship better in general is just being better at organizing ourselves. We're not very organized as a couple. So and I know we're trying to work on it. We have a lot going on. But I think, But yeah, we do. But I think just we have a lot of goals. Mm-hmm. That we do have a lot of goals, but just trying to, there's things that we have to do to accomplish those things, and it takes us a little bit to get there. Like, it'd be easier for us to get there if we just learned how to manage our time and stuff a lot better.
Yeah.
Be more disciplined.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's your turn.
Is it?
Wait. No, it's my turn.
Okay. Wait.
Okay. What in our relationship are you most grateful for?
What am I most grateful for? The trust that we have in each other. And the honesty. Yep.
Oh, you look like you're going to cry.
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm like thinking, so I'm like staring at you, but I'm really just trying to think like really hard, like if there's anything. And I think it's trust.
Yeah.
The trust that we have in each other, because that's huge.
I'm really grateful for that. And I think mainly, I'm also grateful for like just the grace that we have in our relationship. Because because there's so much grace that we have in our relationship, we're able to build our trust, Mm-hmm. Because we know that if we have made a mistake, if we do make a mistake, the worst part about the whole thing is telling you, Mm-hmm. Like, it hurts me to say that I did something irresponsible more than you attacking me for it, Like, the grace that you show makes it's like it's really refreshing, and really humbling, because it's just like a lot of times in the back of your head, it's like, oh my gosh, I did this and blah, blah, blah. But the fact that we constantly show each other grace, I think that's my favorite part of this relationship. Because I'm not afraid to be myself. I'm not afraid to talk to you and be honest with you,
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Was that my question?
No, your turn. Wait. Yes, your turn.
Okay. What do you think is the hardest thing for me right now?
Right now?
What do you think is the hardest thing for me right now?
I think the hardest thing for you right now is because both of us, because we're doing so much, I think the hardest thing for you right now is just, like you said, just juggling everything and not feeling like because you just had a baby that you're like that you're. It doesn't. You're okay. How do I put this? So it seems like because you have a baby and like you're watching her, that's sometimes like when you look around and you look at her finances or whatever, that you can kind of feel like you might be a burden, like you're not helping as much, you know. So the hardest thing for you right now is to know that what you're doing is extremely important and it is necessary. And like I'm grateful for that role that you're playing right now, you know. I think that's the hardest thing because obviously you're over here, you're watching the baby, you know, and I think like when I said what I said earlier or like a couple weeks ago, you didn't even want me to really pay for your checks when we're dating, you know, you don't want me to pay the bill. So it's like, I guess the hardest thing is to not feel helpless, but know that you're literally making a difference and you're literally carrying this whole family like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
What do you think is the hardest thing that I'm doing right now? Or what was the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the hardest thing?
You guys notice that I'll be answering questions and be forgetting.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm so trash.
I think that's something that you find hard or struggle sometimes with is just, I think having to, maybe the pressure of being like the head of the household sometimes, like when it comes to like finances, just having like that pressure on you can probably sometimes can be overwhelming, I think,
Mm-hmm.
because there is 4 of us and you're the only one working right now. Like I'm not working. And I think things come and things can get demanding, and I think anybody would go crazy. Just shoot. Sometimes you're like trying to figure things out. Like, okay, how can I balance this out so we can do this and take care of that and still manage to have like enough to have a good time, or just.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably the hardest thing.
Yeah, definitely isn't easy. Okay, next one. Name the top 5 things you'd like to change about me.
Top 5 things.
Top 5 things you'd like to change. And go.
That 5 is a lot.
Go ahead. We got time.
Top 5 things. That I'd like to change about you.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 things. Oh gosh. I'm sorry.
Okay, then
I'm
do
like
top 3
horrible.
then. Just do top 3. Because we're like running out of time.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I can't think of anything.
Oh, no, you said there was...
Can it be anything?
Anything. You said that there was something
Okay,
that
anything?
bugs
Okay.
me.
Something that I would love for you to change is for you to have like, how can I say this? You're like you're a clean person, but just for some reason you stink. Yeah, you're a sink. It'd be nice if you would just... That's all I'm going to say.
It's not that bad, you guys. Like
it's honestly not that bad, but I'm like really weird about sinks.
Okay. 2 more things real quick, and then we'll pause.
Sinks and something else.
The snorting thing?
I guess. I mean, it bothers me sometimes.
What's the thing that you said earlier that bothers you a lot?
The sink.
That's what you said?
Yes.
And you thought that it would be better for our relationship for you not to tell me that the sink bothers you.
Honestly, I wouldn't.
It doesn't matter because that's such an easy thing, okay? And I'm going to do better. Okay?
Okay.
And last thing? Oh, wait, no, that's only one thing. Literally, that's all that you would change?
Like that's it for right now, honestly. I can't really think of any other things.
Okay. Let's pause real quick. We're back.
We're back.
She's asleep. The baby's still asleep.
Okay.
3 things that I would change about you.
You can literally just say one since I already said one.
Just the whole
overthinking.
It's just
I'm perfect.
The overthinking thing is just the main thing that's just like gosh, you don't see who you are. I just want to smack you and just be like, Okay.
My turn.
Yes.
Is it? Is there some? Ooh, are you ready for this? Okay. Is there some
Make sure you're
sexual
not talking.
act?
Go ahead.
Is there some sexual act you would like to try that you're afraid to ask me?
No, I'm good.
You're not even gonna like make it suspenseful.
No, because I'm just like, nope, I'm great. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good too. I'm really, really happy.
What if we really were freaking all of a sudden, like, on the Selflish podcast, the freakiness came out, like,
Okay, fine, since
like
we're being
fine,
honest.
okay, I've always wanted, okay, so there, we can go to Alaska and get in an igloo, right?
Uh-huh.
And inside of that igloo, I'm just joking.
Yeah,
Next one.
no, we're happy.
Yeah, trust me, I'm beyond grateful.
I'm beyond grateful.
Okay, cool, this one.
Okay.
Name the top 5 things you love about me. Maybe you can do 5 of these.
Oh, of course.
Wait. Was the last one you didn't like? Oh, you wanted to. Okay. Top 5 things you like about me.
How much you love me.
Mm-hmm.
How.
You have to look at me when you're doing this, baby.
Sorry. I'm sorry. How much you love me. How, like, you're such a
Scoot over a little
loving
bit.
and fun dad.
Mm-hmm.
And how you are. Oh my gosh, I had a bunch and then. Okay, so how much you love me, how you're a fun and a great and awesome dad. I love how funny you are, because you're really funny. I love how gracious you are. No.
Yeah.
Yeah? And I love how... There's so many. I love how smart you are. You're super smart. I love that.
Thanks.
That's only, I don't even know if that's the top 5, but.
Okay. Well, 5 things that I love about you. I love that you love God a lot. I love that you're willing to
Oh, that's a good one.
I love that, like, in our relationship, like, if you didn't feel like God wanted us to be together, you were not going to be with me. That sounds kind of, I mean, not stupid, but it's just like, okay, so for God, you would have broke up with me. But I really like that quality about you because that says so much about who you are and your character, you know? I love that you love me. I love how you are as a mom. I think you're an amazing mom. I love how funny you are, and
You think I'm funny?
yeah, you're really funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love how you are as a person. It's just so nice to hang out with you. Like, I literally hang out with you. I'm so comfortable being with you. It's just like,
Me too.
I'd be forgetting I have friends beside you who I can, like, call up and, like, hang out with, which I'm sorry about. But yeah, it's just like, I just get lost in, like, just being with you and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
Your turn.
This is so funny. How did I get these? What's my super sex skill that you can't get enough of?
Your what? Just say in the mic. Say in the mic.
Sorry. My super sex skill.
Skill or scale?
Skill.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
Skill. Like a skill.
The skill that you can do in sex, that's amazing.
It's super sex.
Okay, that's just
my super sex.
I feel like that's just inappropriate, and I don't want to, like, let the world know.
Super weird.
So we'll just pass on that one. You can just say a different one.
Why are you in this relationship? Didn't we answer this one already?
No, it's different.
Okay.
I guess initially the reason why I was in this relationship was because I felt like you would be a good wife for me, and I really was pursuing our initial relationship because I wanted to marry you, you know? And I think also along with just marrying you, like, there's just so much that you bring to the table. Like, everything about you, like I told you, if we would have met like 6 years prior, we probably wouldn't have worked out. But everything that you had gone through, everything that came with you, your son, your entire story, I married all that. Your family, like, everything that came with you, I married, and I saw potential in what we can both build together.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
same question to you.
I'm in this relationship because
Say it in the mic, babe.
okay, I feel like I'm in this relationship because you're my person. You are. I just feel like you're literally just my person, and I feel like you're the person that I'm supposed to do this life with, and I love that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my turn. What do you want out of this? That's kind of stupid. We're married, so that question is just irrelevant. Okay. No, this one's lame. It's just the same thing. Do you believe there is the one for you, and am I it? We're married.
Okay.
So
Yes.
if you said no, I think this whole podcast is going up. When do you feel closest to me?
I feel closest to you whenever we have some time for ourselves. Like whenever Faith is asleep and, frugal, Ellie, like he's doing his own thing or he's asleep too, or just whenever we have, or when he's not with us. And we're just having a really good conversation. When we're just doing simple things like laying in bed together and watching a show together. It doesn't have to be something crazy. We don't even have to be talking, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But just the fact that we're next to each other and just connecting because we're watching the same show.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's dope. Me too. I feel closer to you. I feel close to you when there's been something like weighing on me and on my thoughts and stuff. And then like you say something that pretty much sums up the way I've been feeling, Like you and it's like we can acknowledge the gravity of everything that we're dealing with. And it's just not, and it's, I don't know why sometimes I look at certain things and I expect like this negative, not from you, just from in general, you just expect something negative. I don't know why. I guess maybe I'm like traumatized from just something that happened in my past, or because even at my job, if anybody like higher up wants to talk to me, there's this weird feeling of, oh gosh, what now, But I think, because this past week there was just things going on in my head, and like you express things to me, that you have been feeling, and I just felt like we were so close because even though I hadn't said nothing to you, like we were already on the same page, and I think that's something that constantly happens, even if it's like whether we're doing something loving or whether we want to, we're just in the mood for the same food, like there's these moments where you say what I'm thinking, and I feel like that's when I feel like we're closest.
Awesome. I love that too.
Almost done. How many left?
Is it your turn?
It's your turn. 3 left?
I only have 2 left for some reason. Wait, did you grab more than
No.
12? So is it your turn then?
It's your turn. I have no idea. Just grab an actual one.
When are the moments when you don't trust me? Oh, that's a good one.
I don't trust you. I don't know. I guess, honestly, I've learned. It's not even like learn. I just know that we both think differently. And I feel like we're literally 100% of the time, we're both right. We're just right in different ways. Like even today, we got into a fight over the wasp. Whether it's a wasp or whether it's a flying ant.
No.
They look exactly the same, and we didn't get close enough to even figure it out. So when I was on the phone with my mom, I said, it was a singing wasp. Like I trust your judgment. So we're both always right. Like when it comes to our relationship, we see things totally different. We have different ways of doing things, but I don't not trust you, So that's why I'm able to defer to you a lot. Cause I'm just like, she's probably right. This is how I see it. I don't see her perspective, but I trust that her judgment is correct. And I feel like in any relationship, that's heck of important. Like why be with somebody if you don't trust that they're going to make wise decisions? I
agree. I totally agree. I don't think there's anything that I don't trust you with, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think that's like, there's nothing that I can be like, I don't trust you when you're doing this.
Yeah.
There are things though that sometimes I'm just like, I know maybe you need a little bit more work on,
Mm-hmm.
like, and just like me,
Yeah.
but it's not like I don't trust you, kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I trust you in everything.
Okay. Okay. Why did you choose to marry me?
I chose to marry you because I just knew you're the person I had to be with. I was meant to be with. I know it sounds cheesy, but that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Like you were it. Like there was just signs from heaven and
Yeah.
from everywhere. Like that's how I felt. Like
Yeah.
maybe I'm super just a hopeless romantic, but I just felt like it was just like such a beautiful love story. Like, you know how girls want to be saved, kind of like in the movies. That's how I felt. I'm not kidding. Like everything was just,
Yeah.
I was saved by this prince, and yeah, that's how I felt. Everything was just perfect.
Yeah. I chose to marry you because my mom gave me. I'm just joking.
Because my mom gave
My
me
mom
permission.
said you need to do it. No. I chose to marry you because I don't know. Like the same reason why I got your phone number. You know, that first day, like where
Like
we
you
had.
just knew.
I knew that I would not. After 3 conversations with you, I knew that I did not want to live my life without being connected to you. Like I really just wanted a friend, and like I did not want to not have you in my life. You know, because of who you were, and like I loved who I am when I was with you. I love like that I can be so open and honest with you about everything, whether it's God, whether it's like everything, you know, like, and that's something that I didn't take for granted. I think being married before, it causes you to appreciate, like when you're married before, it causes you to appreciate everything about somebody who's like completely different, you know, for better or for worse. And I think just with you, like me choosing to marry you was because it's like that month, remember that month when we didn't talk? I proposed 2 months after that?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the hardest month of my life. Like I was going crazy. Yes, it was like I don't know why. God obviously, and I do feel like God put you in my life for a reason, you know. But just everything that has come with our relationship, our friendship, our love, like that's something that I would never want to lose. I would only want to preserve and build on what we have, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really why I chose it. Like I definitely did not want to lose you. I definitely, from the first date, I knew that I would not want to spend my life with anybody else. From the time when like we were trying to figure ourselves out, and I was like, you know, texting other people, which was like within the first month of us even talking, I realized extremely quickly that no other woman can satisfy me like you could, you know, like I'd be crazy to, like I would really be crazy to go out and just try to mess with other girls to prove a point, or because technically we're not in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like I just knew it didn't matter because like I had to be honest with how I felt. And from the time of our first date, or if not the first time we spoke, I just knew that there was something about you that I just loved.
I love that. Is it your turn or mine? Gosh, it's my turn.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like we've answered
Which
we
one is
asked
that?
a lot of the same
What's that
questions,
one?
but in different words.
What did I say?
Why do you love me?
Yeah, we can skip that one.
What do you love about our relationship? I
Mm,
swear, I think I
yeah, we
put
can.
some of them back on top.
Oh, you must
Oh,
have
wait,
put them in the
maybe
wrong
did
place.
I?
Say the mic.
How has your parents' relationship influenced our relationship?
Oh, that's interesting. How my parents' relationship, like my parents' marriage, influenced
Yes.
ours? I don't know. I think our relationship is like kind of similar as my parents, as far as like me being like, even though I was married, me being somewhat like sheltered and naive, and then marrying some woman who has a kid, you know, has experienced so much life. I think my mom, she had a baby when she met my dad, and she had experienced so much life, you know, and she was like so mature. And I feel like there was like a lot of similarities that we share, you know. So I think just that, like, That's like been but the question is influence, like how they influence us.
Yeah, like I'm guessing what have you taken from seeing them as a couple?
Yeah, and just the way my dad treats my mom, like I just for some reason I always remember when the first time I ever saw a Coach purse, and my dad got that for my mom for like Valentine's Day or like her anniversary or something like that, and the box looked so cool, like it looked amazing. I was like 11 or 10. The box looked heckin' nice. The purse looked heckin' nice. It was like this red purse, and it was this red box, and it was this tan purse inside. And I remember him giving that to her, and I remember thinking like, okay, when I get older, I'm definitely gonna give my wife purses, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like just seeing like the good things and like just the certain like just seeing like I don't know why. Like I think when we moved to Vegas and I was like 8 or 9, able to understand when my parents were going on dates and when they were doing things for each other. That really influenced me to where I became this hopeless romantic just because of that. What about you?
That's cute. I think something that I would see that I really liked. I don't know. This is a hard one because our relationship is so different from our parents' relationship, from my parents' relationship. But there's some of the things that I think I took from them that I saw and I loved is my dad always had a way of saying like little things to make my mom feel like really special, and I really loved that. Something as simple as, even if he was joking, like there was like fruit on the table or chocolates, and she'd be like, "Whose is that?" And then he'd be like, "It's yours." I was thinking about you.
Aren't I the best husband?
He's just so cute and funny, and I always saw my dad trying, like, also just buying my mom things, like really really beautiful things, because somehow that's how he wanted to show his love, and I like the fact that he strived to show my mom that he loved her in that sense.
That's dope. Yeah. Okay. Second last question. What unanticipated effect has our marriage had on our dynamic?
I don't understand that question.
I would say, what has us being married changed? What effect has us being married changed the dynamic of our relationship?
What has it?
Let's get a different one.
Okay.
Because I don't even. Okay. In what ways do you feel pressure from my family?
In what ways?
Yeah. This is a good one.
In what ways? I think I don't really feel that much pressure from them. Maybe. Okay, so maybe pressure. I just feel like your family is so talented and really smart that I feel pressure there. Because I'm just like, shoot, like, what do I have to offer? Like, to the family. Honestly, I just feel like I can't really.
You have a lot to offer.
I don't know, but that's how I feel. I'm like, you guys literally have, like, everything. You guys are your sisters are so smart. Like, everyone's so unique, and it's crazy because not everyone has families like that, but you do.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it just to make you feel good, but it's the truth. And your sisters are just really, they're just super special. And sorry, just all of you guys. And I just, sometimes I'm like, like, I want to be special too.
You are special.
But like, not even that. Just, I don't know. I just don't feel like I can do too much for them. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't feel pressure, but I would say, like, if there's anything like close to like pressure, I think I think there might be a little bit more. How do I put this? I think I feel like for some reason I feel pressure to provide for you from your family, because it's just like just seeing how like your brother and your dad, you guys have these businesses, and And not even just that, but because you've always been so taken care of your entire life, I feel like there might be like a pressure for me to like, and it's not pressure because I'm not overcompensating or anything like that. But like there is that thing of because you have been taking care of your entire life, there's like that weight on me, you know, that now I have to carry, you know. But you're easygoing though. You're not like crazy, so there's that. It's not that big of a deal.
Where am I?
Okay, last question.
Okay. What do you dislike about the person I become around my family?
Oh, thank God. You become a Spanish speaker. No, I'm just joking. Nothing.
I mean, you could say that.
No, that's not that. I don't dislike that.
I mean, I could see.
No, if I dislike that, I'd be an idiot to be married to you. Like, oh, I dislike that you speak Spanish when you know I don't speak it.
Well, what about the fact? Maybe you just like the fact that you don't understand everything.
No, it's not your fault.
No.
No, I mean, I really think that it would be ignorant for me to marry somebody who speaks Spanish to her family, and to be upset that they speak Spanish when I'm around. Like, it's so petty and childish.
Yeah.
But the person I really like the person you become when you're around them. Yeah. So, what about you?
Honestly, I really do too. Like, there's nothing I dislike. Sometimes I think I can be a little selfish, not selfish, but selfish. And I kind of just want all your attention all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't give me all your attention because you have so many siblings. And sometimes I'm just like, but then I think about it and I'm like, oh shoot, like I can't have them all to myself right now.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Okay. Sounds good. Final question. Why do you trust me?
Because you've proven to me that I can trust you.
Nice.
What about you?
I think the same way. Yeah, I think the same way. I think I don't put an unnecessary amount of pressure on you to please and like satisfy. Like I think because I'm so gracious and I'm so reasonable, like you doing one thing isn't going to completely damage my trust in you, you know? Like even if something as simple as me like asking you to do something for me and you forget it, you know, like a lot of times even in the past, just how we are, like how I used to be, like you have this giant expectation towards people to where it's like it's so easy for them to break your trust to the point where you're just like, forget it. But for you, like I don't have that. So I think like I just have no reason not to trust you. And I think, yeah, I don't have an unnecessary amount of pressure on you to please me, you know, to where if I'm not pleased, my trust goes away. Okay.
That was it.
And that was that. Thank you, the and. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about that?
That was fun.
Okay. Do you recommend it to our?
Yes, it's really fun. I really do, actually.
I recommend it too.
Yeah, it's nice. I kind of feel like it feels good. You know, I just kind of feel like I just got not a weight lifted up, but it was just fun. You know, when you have like a really good conversation with your
baby,
spouse.
make sure you're talking
Sorry.
about.
When you have a really good conversation and you're like, wow, I feel so satisfied. That's kind of how I feel right now.
I like it too because it's like, it's the reason why I got this game was because I was like, me and my wife, we talk so much and we know so much about each other that it'd be nice to like see what else, you know, like, because we've asked each other all the questions that we could think of. So it was cool to have some different questions, you know, and just, you know, to just say it in front of a camera too was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was great. It
So
was fun. I definitely recommend it. And guys.
Would you want to do this again?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind doing this again. Like if we got like, I would say, if we got to like 200 subscribers, we'll play this again to celebrate. When we get to 200 subscribers, or 100 or 200. We're already at 50.
100.
Okay. When we get to 100 subscribers, we'll play it again.
Yeah.
If you guys like this game, give us a thumbs up. If you made it this far, tell us why.
Okay. But if we get 200.
Also, if you've ever played this game, leave a comment on how you feel. Like, what you think about it. I give it a good review. I think it's cool. And it would be harder if you're a couple who don't communicate the way we do. Oh, if you hold a lot of stuff in, it probably would be really, really difficult. But
Yes, but it'd be good. It'd be cool because it's like, okay, we're playing a game. You know, you can't get mad.
Cool. And let us know if you like to switch up in the podcast. You know, got the bookshelves and stuff. Like and subscribe. Check out our website, weareselflish.com. Send in your orders. The merchandise is fly.
Yes, it's so cute, you guys.
And thank you to all.
There's so much more on our website than what you guys see us wearing here.
Yeah. Yes, there's a lot. So check it out. And yeah, there's it.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Until next time, Selflish.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead. And what?
Nothing.
You want to say something?
We're good.
Okay. Peace out.
Okay. That was so lame.